nyanta chwa emre bia am discover free Europe akoma busuafo wo Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer eye easy eye convenient eye fast and sounds so free won't you hwe me discover aye mapim tap send Intienne also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free na fesika komo abusuafo wo Ghana fa na nyina tap send papa no
everybody check now check it the beat is real don't will make it kill ya get your green select glucometer and check it sugar level check it green select glucometer check it sugar level for check it reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tutu nani etina ka mu kwantin akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa sika swane ne mpatamu anase achimota la pass ekosi nsawam. Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, enyane, anasa ade bia wo pebia. So ukoton kwa dia enye bebia wo se wutumwa eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto. All call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Once again, we have gathered to discuss the work of our creative artists, and we are also here to promote them. We are here to make sure that all the things going wrong in our creative space, we will do our best to put out some correctional details so that you can also learn from it. Join me and my people as we do this within the next hour or two. My name is Sammy Flex with Roland Amate, who is in your shot already, and man like Abbas Muiz. Yeah, Abbas Muiz is here in Team Dodu Solomon. It's also right here for us to do our thing. With this team, then you should know that we are set, ready to roll like it is nobody's business. But if it is your first time here, you should know that you've come to meet one of our usuals. Our usuals is to sit like this and discuss the pertinent issues in our showbiz space and not the petty ones. The petty ones, we always flash them. We flash the petty ones so they can go to hell, but the good ones, we massage them, we make sure we control them, and we put them into good use. With a team behind the scenes, Digital Rasta, who is called Currency on camera, Richie Flex is the editor director of the show, and you at the other side, we thank you for your time that you've been spending with us. So do the same thing every day. Give us your comments, like our videos, subscribe to us, and make sure you are telling the world about us. And I know that sometimes some of our things might ache you a little bit, but it's one of those things. It is like that. Life is like that. Sometimes it is sweet, sometimes it is bitter. So you have to eat more of the bitter and the sweet ones, so that when the bitter ones come, you can use the sweetness to overcome the bitterness. Now, our movie industry seems to be in the talk now, based on a conversation we chanced on from our high office in Ghana. I'm talking about the Jubilee House, where Idris Elba, British actor, came here and he gave us a promise that soon and very soon we are going to see the king. And he was saying that soon and very soon he's going to give us one of the biggest film studios that we can boast of, where people from around the world will even come here to shoot their movies here. When he said it, I know some people are saying, oh, but this thing, we've been hearing it. And he was talking about policies. The fact that when he brings these or this film studio here, we would need better policies that will really sit in well for those who are coming in as investors. Is our movie industry ready for this? what should we do right, what should we do wrong, so we will not get, or what should we do right so we can get it. Let's start a discussion like that, and that is how we are starting the show. Let's go watch the video when Idris Elba met with our president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, at the Jubilee House. When we watch this, we will start a conversation.
His Excellency, nice to see you again. Danny Dama and Tony Tego, my partners in our program to build film studios across Africa. Currently we call it West African Studios, but that's because it's a working title. But we've been working at this for 3 or 4 years to raise a plan that puts a facility at the center of African filmmaking. There's a lot of African filmmaking, but the facilities around that are something that is lacking. In South Africa, they have a big facility. A lot of film production goes there. But quickly, as we're planning this, we realized that policy is where the actual groundwork needs to be laid. We've studied the models of obviously South Africa, who have an incredible incentive package. Then around Europe, obviously Greece, Morocco. These are all places where they realize the value of the filmmaking dollar, and I've brought that policy into play. Tony, Danny, and the film
National Film Authority.
National Film Authority have done the work, put together a very comprehensive plan to propel Ghana into the forefront. It needs to be robust. It needs to be competitive to the rest of the world. But we believe for sure, and I know you believe this too, it's been part of your legacy that you want to leave as well, that Ghana should step up in terms of attracting those filmmakers. So, as we said in the DC, I'd come and see you and present to you essentially just the parameters of what we need to do. In short, the work has been done. We've done a lot of the sort of understanding what international filmmakers need for Ghana specifically, in tandem as we lay the ground for the studios. I'm led to believe that there are some plans for the studios, some other studios to be brought to Ghana, which is fantastic, and one should not cannibalize the other. But without, I think, the policy component, I think it's safe to say that we could have as many studios as we want, but we will not have the filmmakers attracted here. So I think one of the things to just highlight for you, what I want to do personally myself, I have a film that I'm directing, and I'm hoping to bring that film, or at least some of that film, to shoot in Ghana. That film will be, I would say we would be here in December. We start shooting, we start pre-production in August. Some of the film, 2 or 3 weeks, will be in Ghana, say by December. Hopefully, if we were to move with a fair wind and we were in agreement of what we could do in terms of the policy, we could case study my film as a proof of concept. Needless to say, it would take a lot of collaboration to move quickly. However, it would be very beneficial for us to show and to make an announcement to the world that Ghana is open for business. Here is the steps, the policies are in place, and we are actually bringing a film, one of the soil, I may say, to our country, and we're going to put our money where our mouth is. So in short, His Excellency, that's the plan. We're confident that you want to do the same as we do, but it's just a question of whether we can push this through with the relevant parties to make it happen.
I know this will come across as one of the best news for our movie industry, but first question that I would want Roland to start tackling is our industry ready for this role? Are we ready?
If I am to rate, I would say we are about 30% ready.
That's too low, man.
Oh yes, because the industry that is supposed
too low, man.
Oh yeah, the industry that is supposed to receive this news, that is the movie industry, is not ready. If you would want to say the entire industry, that is the whole creative industry, then yes, I would say. If this has to do with music or events, I would say yes. If this has to do with sports, I would say yes. But when we are talking about the movie industry, I would say they are not ready. Yes, because if they were, we would have seen lots of them, even during the time that we were pushing the year of return, beyond the return, December in GH and all that. We would have seen lots of activities from them. The music and events fraternity did not just wake up and get some of these benefits from even government institutions and attract other investors just because they are the most viable or they are the most lucrative. No, it was because they were proactive to make themselves readily available,
and they looked prepared.
Exactly. That is why it was very easy for Vic Mensah, Chance the Rapper, and every other person that has been involved in our music and event space to look at that side easily. They come here and all they think about is how I can sell my music. They come here and all they can think about is how I can do my event.
Okay. And
that is the reason why. For the movie industry, we all know the situation in which they are in. It is just a handful of people. The Yvonne Nelsons, the Pascals, the Kobe Runners, and these people are just a fraction of the whole industry. So if we say they are ready, then maybe they would have to collaborate with some of these people in order to make what Idris Elba is saying a success. Other than that, even if government is supposed to collaborate with Idris Elba right now to establish a film studio, I can confidently tell you that for like 4 or 5 years, assuming all things being equal and this government is going to stay on for let's say the next 10 years, all things being equal, it will take us more than 5 years to even establish who is even qualified to use that facility. Because as it stands, the film associations and other bodies that regulate this whole movie industry are all in shambles. They are all not functioning.
The Actors Guild,
the Five Park, the National Film Authority.
Five Park is a little.
You see, it is not about a little.
Actors Guild today.
Active.
I don't remember the last time I heard about it.
If you say Five Park is active in what sense? Is it about going for?
As in, they have members who are still doing the work.
Yes, you can have members doing the work, but what is their impact to the industry?
They are even about to introduce an award scheme.
You see, and award scheme to what?
Not with direct money though.
Award scheme. You ask yourself, award scheme to what effect? Award scheme to award what? To award who? Whilst the work input has not been felt, you still want to award or reward yourself for what? And that is what we are saying right now. As it stands, the movie industry, in terms of what they need, is not an award scheme. It will not do anything to anybody. They should rather sit down whenever they go for meetings, think of policies that can elevate the movie industry, try to hold seminar and educate their members even as to the new ways of filmmaking. Because as it stands, so many of them are still living the archaic and primitive way of doing film. And it is just a handful that has been able to abreast themselves, which is why they are the ones doing serious filmmaking.
Production.
The other ones are okay. Let's just cut something for YouTube. Let's just cut something as skits and all that. They take their money and go. But as to whether they are going to make feature-length films, series of high standard and high quality, even to market to outside, like outside Ghana, is something that they are not thinking
So
of.
don't you think it is because what Idris Elba wants to introduce is not there? That is why it is like that. That when it comes, it's rather make them do what you are expecting.
You see, that is not the reason. You know the reason I'm saying that is not the reason, because if we are talking about facilities that will aid Ghanaian musicians and event organizers, like that would have aided them to do what the things they are doing now. Gone with about 5 years ago or 6 years ago, we didn't have them here in Ghana. Most of them were brought from outside, or it got to a point most of our musicians were flying outside to shoot music videos. Because some of the directors they thought they didn't get, some of even the locations they didn't get facilities and gadgets to shoot those videos,
props and all.
Exactly, but it was because they still wanted to do it. So even that encouragement of them still pushing for some of these things encourage some people to see the need to even bring some of these gadgets in here. That is why we have red cameras in the country as we speak. Because people have now seen the need that, even if I should buy red and bring it, I would get people to hire it because it is in high demand. But in the movie industry, they've not even made any conscious effort to say, okay, we need this, we need that. Assuming a movie producer or some couple of music producers have come out during some period and say, Charlie, we are looking for this and that for the past 2 years and we are not getting, then we can have a conversation. Then we will now be calling even for external investors to bring some of these things before. If our capacity cannot move on like how we want to, then we can seek governmental support. Then they will know that, these people have started something, but they can't do it all. So it is about time we come and help them, just like they are doing with the music and event industry. Now, Black Star Line was aided by government institution. The Global Citizen Festival was aided, same as other events that happen in December. All has some of these governmental endorsements, and it is one way. It is because you've made yourself available. Even with the little that you have, you still have the edge to push through. That is when they can see you serious and
so you still see just 30%.
Oh, just 30% ready.
Abbas, what do you also see?
We are very ready. Greetings to everybody in the studio. And those who are watching us from everywhere across the globe. Greetings to everybody. We are 1000% ready. It is the readiness of us. That's why I even didn't go out greeting the people, so that they know that you're ready.
That's over ready.
We are over ready. We are more than ready. Even those days when we are shooting Deadly Voyage, this is not the first time international production have been here. In 1987, we were shooting the road to Kukrantumi,
the road to Accra.
Kukrantumi, the road to Accra. You know, we're shooting top notch. When there was no drone, we're able to shoot superb productions. And even to the latest, one of the bricks into the creative arts industry is UNIMAC, University for Media, Arts and Communications. And it's amalgamated of NAFTI, GIG and languages. Because in every production, you need languages. And now, no matter what the barrier, we are shooting Arabic movies, we are shooting Chinese, English, and you need subtitling and all those stuff in all your movies that you do. Now people influx us with a lot of subtitle movies and even wrong and all those stuff. We also can do movies across the globe which we can subtitle for people for their market. Look, my focus is not on any association. University of Education Winneba is there. We have School of Creative Arts. University of Cape Coast is there. We have the theater art and also part over there. We have KNUST that they also have. Then we have the mother of all, which is the University of Ghana School of Performing Arts. They are also there. We run this institution without FUNPAC, where Actors Guild and all those stuff. And there have been people within in the industry that have proven this. Even if nothing at all. Today when Idris Elba come and say, okay, point one Kumawood Nollywood to come and do something with me. This guy is there. Dr. Likey is there. He can perform in any international standard production, and he will be. And we all saw is behind the scene and the kind of equipment he's using to. This is showing our willingness to work and to be able to do something. So for me, we are 1000% ready. The opportunities need to be there. And also, what I'm seeing lately is that they say, oh, they are coming. But the people come with their own people. They come with their own technical people. What they just want to use us for is use the space as our location, our room, our community, and all those stuff. Then they use us as crowd. No. Those times we were shooting Deadly Voice, David Doctor and Co. Be Rivison were in the play. Those are the kind of roles we are looking for.
But that is why the man is calling for policies.
So, and when you listen to him very well, when he's calling for policies, sorry to say, but you see, in our part of the world, you see, when Idris Elba was talking, it was like me and my partners. He mentioned Kofi. He didn't use policy to get Kofi. He got Kofi based on Kofi's interest and Kofi's business partner.
Kofi is just a single person who might not be needing a policy to be convinced. But because we are a group of people, with different interests. If there is a policy, then we will all come and follow what the policy says. But if you say this man should do his, that person should do his, then that is the quagmire we are still in.
No, I'm not saying
it is going to be like that. If someone should bring a film studio here and we are still allowing, oh, Kofas, do your thing. Shelly, do your thing.
Brother, I don't know how we all seen a film house or a film studio or a film village. Tyler Perry have a film studio. It doesn't stop Abdul Muiz from Africa to come and shoot. If I have the money and I have what it takes, me, you, or we can go there. I just need to say, okay, I need an American, this, that, because I can't carry, say, currency, everybody for us to go and shoot there. Maybe I bring currency, then I bring 2 cameramen from there. Then I say, okay, per my arts look, my arts design, this is the person. Those who came to Ghana to do production during December and that global whatever citizen, they brought people, they brought technical people from abroad, but they also had locals, because when you brought your lead light technician, there's an international standard that you've set. Every country that you go, there's a trademark. So you bring that person who understand that trademark. Then you train the locals. All the people they've trained in terms of light in the industry during those periods, they are also teaching now. And we didn't stop them. We didn't say, okay, why did you come? And when they are training us also, we're charging them for usage. Now, say Idris Elba is doing a 2 months or a 1 week or 3 weeks, and they are going to shoot just one day. Then he say he wants the service of Likey. He's casting. There are local people who cast. He make announcement, I need local company to cast. They approach. You need local location scouts. They approach. Do you get me? You need local actors. There are people. When the same Idris Elba came with other people just very recently, the gentleman that they Beast of Knowledge, they cast local people, even ordinary people on the street. They cast them, and now the young man is a superstar. He's now in America. So what stops them? That time we didn't even say, oh, return of the year and whatever. No. What I'm looking at policies and what they are looking at policies, from what I know, is I see there are a lot of these logistics, these facilities, this technical know-how they will be bringing. Now they need tax exemption for certain things. It's not that immediately they set up first year, tax 15% tax, this percent tax. It will enable them to give us the reduction. Now we want to shoot like what we are doing right now. We want to shoot a proper production. We want to shoot 7 camera angle where we could do a flexi, realized production where we sit down, we do 3 hours. We are not holding mic. We are being dropped. There's a drop mic. We are being lapel properly. We are in a proper studio. Now, Brasami, they are billing us every 1 hour. Be $1,000 cry. You bet me here. And to me, so if they instead of $1,000, they are giving us, so far as we are locals, they are giving it to us at 100 cedis because they also get tax exemptions. Power. When you say policy, then there's a village. There's where there's the film studio or the film village. There's a power supply. There's a constant power supply. There's reduction in power. You get me? There's water flow. There's road accessibility. Right now, they've built a studio, say, in Asakwagwa or in some village in the Ashanti region. We can't drive there. There's no train there. There's no fast train that within a crowd to that place, 30 minutes near. We need to drive 7 hours. Can we go and do a daily production there? No, we can't. These are the things that we are looking for policies for. Don't let us divert. If there's a job, if there's a job for production, I do production. But a lot of people don't know that I do production. But because there's no job. For the one who himself is a regular, I've been a director. I've directed a movie that is out there.
Wow.
I've been a creative writer. I was one of those people that famous. I don't know if you know famous. He was training me as a subtitle writer and a creative director. I finished University of Education freshly, double D production. I do literally everything. Me, I write script that I just go and collect money because I'm angry.
Yeah, double D, I know double D.
Me trust script that come with me, so you just put your name. That's me with your founding too. With your mommy scandal, if I'm survive. I don't care. Now, it's get me. So what I'm saying is that I'm pleading in terms of we the individual. Don't condemn it. And a lot of people to go to the universities. Like people go to Unimark, University of Education, School of Performing Arts, and they finish and they are in bank. I see my colleagues. I work to Atlantic Bank, and I saw my colleague there as a tailor. Say, Ekuya, we are there.
As a teller.
Like we are there. Yes, like you're a superstar on campus. She got everything. She's a superstar. But as I say, Uncle Foba, TikTok, and they make the acting and all those stuff seem simple. But we've seen them go taught us that look, to be an actor, to be a thespian, it takes a lot. So people like me, I'm not a thespian. I'm not an actor. I'm the mid guy, but I'm a business guy. When I went to school, they built me for business. So I do marketing, then I do sales. We see when we do production, like they are coming to do comedy show. We are those guys who go to do sales of tickets. We go to dom to look for sponsorship and all. And it's cool that they are building us like that. So like him, he come right now. They are producers. So people like me come up forward to become producers of the production. And me too, I read script too. Because everywhere, if there's an attire that Chamo need to wear in the production, I need to go and look for a brand that to sponsor it. The water that you drink, the house, the painting, the everything. So I need to read the script, understand the script, and do this. So look, we are ready. If we're able to do Deadly Voyage, if you're able to do Beast of No Nation, we are ready. We don't need Fipa, Funpa.
There was another movie like that.
To hold us down.
I think they premiered it in Spain. For real knows
the one they
Black
shot,
something.
The one they shot.
Black something.
And you see, we played some lead roles in there. And the technical side also, we play some back rows there and all the stuff.
So but did he say we don't need the policies?
No, we need the policies. We need the policies for the road accessibility, tax reduction, and all those stuff. So that it enables the
we can do it even without the policies.
No, we need it.
Yeah, me, well, I got a different meaning or understanding as to what the
Idris
Elba was saying. He's not here for a charity work. He's here for business, and I think he was just when you ask the question, are we ready? Based on how I understood him, we are not ready. Not that we don't have personnel here, not that we don't have qualified people here who can do the job or who can do something for us. No, we are not ready because there's nothing there to guide anybody, and that's why Idris Elba is looking for. He's looking for some guidelines, not to struggle when he's here proper to do his production. It's not about helping Ghana film industry. Don't deceive yourself. He's here to do business, but you may get benefits if he is doing it here. If he has a film studio here, and then there are some Ghanaians who have production, but they want to travel abroad to do it. Now there's a film studio here, so the cost of you flying people and all that will now be cut. Now you can do it in Ghana here. That's all the benefit that you get. Not that Idris Elba will make you use his facility for free. No, he won't do that. But he may get some form of assistance that based on that he will cut certain things for locals based on the policies available. If I heard him correctly, I think he said that they have done something that the government and his people just have to look at it. If it is okay, then they can start to use that one and do things. And then he also cautioned that it shouldn't be that they are doing something just to cannibalize those who want to be in the space. Because he is aware that somebody has already come trying to do something like that. And he's also coming with his thing. And he thinks that the space competition. Yes. And he thinks that they can all operate within the space. But if you don't take care, the other guy who came earlier can also do stuff and stop them or do something that will frustrate
sabotage them.
Yes. So he's just looking for a way to be comfortable when he's ready to make things work. And whether we are ready based on the policies, there's nothing there, so we are not ready. Nothing there.
Nothing.
And he was.
But is it late to build one?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. We can start. But the thing is, who is going to be in charge? Are they going to put Ghana interest first, or their own personal interest? We know that story, and it has happened several times. Before we do it like this, you have to put some money in my account before I approve it, all that, and then the frustration will start. Then the people will be fed up and then move on. They won't even do it here again. They will take it to elsewhere. It has happened several times. So that will only be my challenge. But with the associations and the people 5-pack, it's not necessary. I mean, association is an association. It's people with the same interest to push for what they think will help them. So if we have 5-pack and they are not doing anything, they just want to award themselves, let them award themselves. Forget about them. Because in the creative space, especially in the movies, we don't always go with the script. We can sometimes just pick people even on the street and make them stars. So yes, we may have policies or some direction that we want to go, but still some people will come in that we were not even expecting them. Now the assumptions that we have, like Kumawood people, they are doing their own thing. These policies and things that is going on, they don't care. They will still put it on YouTube and take their money. That's why. But if they see that there's opportunity for them to use that huge facilities, film studio, and even do a better job that even the international market will accept, I bet you they will come on board. So it's a matter of doing what people will see that this will be beneficial to us. When people have interest in something, when they think that they can make money out of it, you don't need to push them. Because we all want money. We all want to survive, and the means of surviving include money. If you don't have money, how are you going to survive? So for those who have that technical skill, who have that acting interest and all those things, if they know that there are money in there, they will jump in. Like Abbas' friend, the lady at the Atlantic Bank. I bet you, we know people who were doing banking and then came to the movie industry because they saw more money in the movies than the banking. But this time around, the lady will be making a mistake if she stops the banking and come to the movie industry. So let it happen the way that will be attractive for people to come in. Then we all can. I mean, the guidance and everything will let people say that this is the place I want to be. I think it's a good move for Idris Alba, and it will help us anyway. If it
at the end of the day.
At the end of the day, yes. He will get whatever he wants, but we will also benefit. So we just have to support or push for it to happen. But I pray that the politicians will not take over things.
I see. But I've also seen reports that this is not the first time such a promise is coming to us. But for whatever reason, we did not see them experiencing daylight.
Yes, it's because of the policy issue and other stuff. It will come and somebody somewhere will say, give me this money before I proceed. Or this thing will happen. And then the people will say, why should I pay you that money? And then it will just end like that.
You remember when Michael Blackson launched his school? Before he launched, like when he was building the school, he imported some few things from abroad. And recently he was complaining about the fact that
our import duties
were so exorbitant and they were very high. You see, that is one of the policies that Idris Elba is talking about. If it is something that is in the long run will be beneficial to the whole country or the whole community, why don't you give the person some reliefs so that the person will be able to do it? Other than that, anybody that will succumb to these frustrations that these people will give him will never do it. And that is the reason why Idris Elba's promises initially did not see daylight. Because Charlie, he tries and he realizes that, Charlie, if I am to go to these individuals, they will kill me. Now he is seeking the help of the first gentleman of the land. So that he knows that, okay, now if I came as Idris Elba, it was very difficult. Now I am bringing a higher authority, order from above, you know, and that is why. So sometimes the policies that he's talking about, I also believe, yes, as much as we are not ready, it is not too late to give some of these people what they are demanding for. Because I believe when Chance the Rapper and Vic Mensah also came, it was out of some of these policies, conversations that they were also able to do whatever they brought they brought to Ghana. So yes, if they come and they demand like this, then I don't see any need why we should stiffen our hand and not open up to them. In fact, these are even beneficial than making men one.
Quick one. I think the beyond the year of return or the year of return office should be open up beyond just the events and the music space. Should be open for this also, so that they could actually spearhead some of this thing. It looks like Omudi we need no more requesting for venue, or more requesting for location, and it's good. So if they like they do the headways right to a particular ministry, right to GRA, tax relief or transportation, this, that for these people. There's a cover letter for him. We are shipping these things. They should do that for them and all those stuff.
But it comes with something.
They do it.
It is not free. No, it can't even be free. My hope is that, you see, when it happens like this, in Ghana, we don't allow, and I think I've said this before, we don't allow the right people to start the negotiations. We go and put someone there because of his position who knows zilch about movie making to go and talk about this. And that is what pains me. Like you do information say about this is the time that we have to call the active brains in movie making, like current movie making. We have some of them who are Ghanaians who are living abroad. We have some of them who are even living here. So you put together a committee, Leila Jansi, Shelley, Kofas Dems, Abdul Salam Mumuni. Like, call the guys who are really doing movies. Before you, the governmental agencies or bodies, you sit with them so that they give you knowledge. But someone will go there, start a negotiation because he's a deputy minister of Benengbe. Meanwhile, he doesn't know about movie making. Film studio, local business, and then film studio, local setup, onim, but only a policy.
How?
Yes. I don't need technocratism now.
How can
on the back cultural policy because then they don't know yet deputy beginning base. On the back cultural now onimshi. No onimshi by nakotran. It's a saber friend we need. Hey, no, sometimes me I know well anytime I watch this guy talking about this policy, I ask myself, who are those going to build that policy?
Even why is he now coming to ask for that?
Because he knows it is not there.
Yes, and my point is, why is it not there?
Okay,
I mean, they've been on
when we have been producing movies here
in Ghana. So why don't we have that policy?
These are the basics of the job.
Maybe I'm very fine. Another story caught my attention this week, and this is about Sarkodie's favorite DJ Mensah, who has done something worth commending. And I am going to read. Rich, if there is any material to read, let me read it to support what we are about to do. Because I know when I saw this, I said to myself, wow, now the industry is opening up to a level where even those that we are not seeing them as the front runners, they have taken some positions, they have taken some activities that the front runners are supposed to do, and they are doing it. I was so happy, seriously. I was so happy, and I wish that we get to see more of this. It says DJ Mensah Foundation commissions library project for Ayeresu Basic School. DJ Mensah Foundation commissions library project for Ayeresu Basic School. And the story says the Mensah Foundation, a charitable non-profit organization owned by award-winning Ghanaian disc jockey DJ Mensah, has commissioned an ultra-modern library for the Ayeresu DA Basic School. The Ayeresu DA Basic School is located in the Awutu Senya district of the central region of Ghana. The library has been named the Afia Broa Library after DJ Mensah's late mother, who died in 2022. DJ Mensah and his team, made up of some entertainment personalities, including singer Mr. Drill and Success Team, were at the school on Tuesday, February 7, 2023, to commission the project. Also present at the colorful inauguration ceremony were opinion leader Opanyi Kwame Amokwando, acting chief of Ayeresu, Justice Mensah, as well as teachers. The refurbishment project started in 2020 but was stopped but was stopped due to Chemo, are you surprised by the acting chief? Acting chief of Irish, yeah. What it means is that maybe the real chief is dead. They have not been able to install a new one, so he is now sitting in. The refurbishment project started in 2020 but was stopped due to the outbreak of the novel coronavirus in Ghana. The project was, however, completed this year. Now, the library has been fully resourced with learning materials, especially books from EP Books. Also, supporting the refurbishment project is the M.anifest Canada with partnership from You at Heart. The Mensah Foundation funded the refurbishment project as part of DJ Mensah's strong commitment to give back to society. And just as our director is showing us, these are some of the pictures and videos from the commissioning. DJ Mensah, I'm sure this is where he comes from. The mother died, I remember, I think last year. I think I met him at the airport. We were going to London, or we met in London, and he was telling me about funeral and all its issues. And after, he has refurbished the library and named it after the late mother. This is so good. Now, this is what I'm looking at and why my excitement is in this story. Some of these things, you would see the top guys, like the top artists, the musicians, the celebrities themselves doing this. Like a DJ, you don't see some of these things from DJs because they are like the backbenchers. But now, they have taken the frontage and they are doing this. This give us some fair caution to, especially the top guys, that guys, sit up. If you don't sit up, we also want to own our space. Chabo, does it sound like that?
Yeah. For charity works, I mean, we have people with different interests and what they are looking out for. But it's all good, I mean, and others should also take something from this. I mean, if, let's say, a person who is not so on the front line, like he's more like bad guy and he's doing something like that, there's those who are at the front should also take something from him.
Yes, a bigger responsibility comes to them.
Yes, for them to also do something. So, kudos to him. It's good if you take an initiative like this. I mean, it will help the society, and it's also symbolic. It's a symbol of doing good to people or doing something that you think others can benefit from. So, kudos to him. Just that library in 2023 should come with a lot of things, and I hope that he will have the capacity, or he may get support from somewhere to make it a useful one. I mean,
a lot of things like what?
A lot of things like computers in the library, Wi-Fi or network or something. Because a library without those things is a useless place in 2023.
But we did not see anything like that there.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that I wish he would get that support.
But there are books there.
Yeah, but that books is on the phone, so it's somewhere. So
it's where?
What is on your phone? It's like there are other places that you can get same thing. So what will take you to the library? It should be more than just the books. There should be more than just getting access to books for you to go to the library. That person's, even if if it's a child, like a student, they may get phone, their mother's phone, their father's phones, and Google things and all that. What will push them to the library should be more than just them going for a book and a cake book,
just going to
read books and all that. That's why I'm saying that this is good for to begin with, but it should be more than just putting books there. So he should get help. I mean, he should try to lobby and get some help that he can equip there for it to be a modern library. Yeah. So that it won't be a useless thing. Like it won't be just a white elephant, like just for a hand, something like that. Because when we were in school, I mean, I can count the number of times that I went to the library. Because any book, anything that I can get online there is online. And I have a laptop. I have access to internet. The time that I visited, when I went in from the beginning, was the fact that I didn't have a laptop. And there were free computers there that when you go to the library, you can use them. So I will go there because of the computers to do other stuff apart from even reading books. And that's how it's supposed to be. And so this is a good initiative, but I wish that he will get more support to even do better, so that the library will be useful to the people who have access to it.
Well, I get this point though. Ro, what do you also see? DJ Mensah, at least in Ghana, if you are rating DJ and artist, he will not come at the top. But now they have come forward to do something that if the top guys are not doing. And maybe Chamo's point, we can make it a case study too.
Rasamet, congratulations to DJ Mensah. In fact, he's done very beautiful. Anything that will benefit society or somebody is going to benefit there, it is good. And this shows that from position on no holding, this shows that you don't do good because you have in abundance, but because you know what it means not to have, or you know what it means to lack. So you just would want to help somebody whenever you can, so that the person can also have something in, like and it is beautiful. With what Chemo said, I think yes, it is true. And also, I know now I'm a foundation I work from. Sometimes I have my own reservations about it. You know, foundation the some of the bases would have to be say foundation foundation. Foundation is something that Chemo is supporting my foundation, Abbas is supporting my foundation, you're also supporting, Currency is supporting. Then 7% Missy Library only books. Now because of money supporting it, I can add computers and other stuff that Chemo mentioned. What I say, but in our space, no. Obiti foundation, pay your one in the foundation. Your one in the foundation. So anything that the person, apart from say Nipa Nankasano, adding in Nisika Air to foundation, it is very difficult for you to solicit for funds for your foundation. Unless maybe, fortunately, you have some external links be from outside, or your brand is so solid that can appeal to some of these foreign communities who understands the fact that foundation is something that is going to support society. Therefore, whether me will be or at least I need to support you. What I say, this who needs which is why you see somebody establish a foundation today, they do donation today, and the next time you hear about the foundation will be like 5 years, 6 years, 10 years time. And you know, yeah, it is true. And the facility that he's built. In 2023, we need more than books. That one is con. We need more than books. So if you have to build a library, definitely the digital stuff should be very, very like more in that library, in that facility. But looking at the place that he's also built the facility for, I say Krobiane Nyomuhia. What I say? Krobiane Nyomuhia. I'm sure
some people will come after you.
Oh, no, you see, Krobiane Nyomuhia, and there are schools that are under trees. Ukosi library more. Yes, it is something that they are very beneficial, but that is not what they need right now. They would need classroom blocks, classroom facilities, and no be here. And you see, library with books are more. Perhaps, at this point, that is what they can maintain. Because Ukosi library now the computer one Kusima when the internet why they ever talk. And can that community or that school afford to maintain whatever facility you are bringing? That is why I would want to hold brief for DJ Mensah and says, okay, this is just the beginning. Perhaps as they progress, maybe he can add the rest to it. So that at least we can maintain. So as the community grows and the school also grows, then definitely gradually and then the computer back maybe you're not DJ Mensah or WABC facility. No, another person can also take it upon himself and say, okay, computer back another person can also say, okay, I will take care of maybe the lighting, the power that is going to power some of these things. I will take care of the internet, or maybe the community. I am for now to tune to my age now. This is not the time. At the end, I see you in your picture, and no near Jubano. I feel in Jubana Casabao. The maintenance of it is their responsibility, not DJ Mensah's responsibility. That is why Oyen Otto and Saffron, so that they will be witnesses and maintain it. Because SACCR, not Ochina or the computer, or the basic. Ochina oba na books ni crampo and you Google shelves so oba na half a qua computer na ebeba and then the chest say obeba na monitor posio. You understand? So that is the responsibility. Me so be yes anema we are. Na ye free chrome penny for na. Me I see them as omo afi no momo djuma aba. There can appear kwesi toilet facility man ko fo binum. Impenyu for them coach now on a dance. You can't go Kumasi. Yeah, some say Okwana open. Another room deep.
Baby, one day I think they be a big room. By
looking at baby, a free ban.
Maybe a room there or Kwan, but
a bedroom deep there many minutes.
I'm not sure how.
Maybe it will depend on baby. I one in
some of them
and I'm a crack.
But I don't say a chrono. Open so who chrono my say
yeah, that's what I'm saying. To be room deep, how deep?
I don't know that one.
1 hour.
There be oh and then do.
Okay. One day chomo. Me I am trim dey am focus.
Yeah. So you see, and so my point is that say obi etimi yes we are the leaders of the community. That is where you guys your responsibility come, because that is what will even encourage other people to also do it in certain communities. The government institutions and the government and one politicians cannot come and do this for us. You see library, you see our school, you hear another 3 classroom blocks they are coming, and that is where we can have a conversation. Until they should maintain it well, so that it will encourage other people to also come and do it.
Well, Abbas, take over. DJ Mensah doing this and what it means to our people in the front, and maybe the usefulness of the facility to the people.
Brother, it's good. Any act of charity is something we all need to encourage. What we all need to also do is that to motivate and say kudos. So DJ Mensah and other DJs, kudos to them. And kudos to all the team, everybody who went there to at least inspire, motivate the children, the people, and the elders of that community in doing this. This is also true to all of us, that it's not just being a pandit. You can also do something in your community or extend to another community or join other people and join other forces. Yeah, we've seen it. Probably we can just go there also to donate 1 or 2 books. Maybe I don't have anything, I can buy a router and go and give it to them. Let's plug it. So anybody can come and use it. When it's finished, I know that town surely have indigenous who are in Accra. If they are watching, it is their responsibility at least. And now there's Momo everywhere. They should send. They can buy data. Don't send the money crowd to them. Buy the data from yet and send to them. Then go back to the community and tell the people they should use the data to learn, not to do Sakawa. and let them know the real thing. And it's also high time that celebrities, wannabe celebrities and wannabe popular people from that part of the region to also extend and reach out. Charlie, it's not easy. The truth is that it is shiny. It is just from that senior Utu to Accra. It's just some 1 hour 30 minutes. You are in Accra. Even 30 minutes you are in Kaswa. You are in a whole country. Even in my head, that part is also a region of Kaswa. Do you get me? And it's a city. If a lot of people don't know where they went and somebody's hometown, it's a whole city on its own. You get it? When you come to the Kaswa country, you know there is a whole city on its own, because they have their own boiling, they have their own joints and their own a lot of stuff. Plus, I always say your platform identify a lot of things easily and faster. I can tell you, you see the American wave. Sammy is erupting from the central region gradually, And I think some of these things are the things that are bringing the things back. Everybody is reaching out to their community. I remember last year, God the One also reached out to his community and do the face of the community. So the normal pageant will be the beauty pageant and the normal thing. No, this time they do an educational pageant for the people there, and whoever won was given an award, was encouraged support with scholarship in school. So he is back in that community, and that's how he's empowering. He's empowering the young girls in that community, because these young girls always have impact on these young men, and these young men also take up a lot of vices. And there are a lot of young people. When you rate one of the regions, I've been in Central Region for long, one of the regions that is polarized with a lot of things, especially teenage pregnancy, Sakawa and co, is Central Region. And Central Region is also one of the highest spending or highest rate of boy was Central Region. In no matter any angle, living conditions are very high in Central Region. Whether you look at it from the Kaswa side, from the Cape Coast side, or from Winneba, or from Sweden, they are like, I don't know, they chill on their own level. You want to buy tomato, Charlie, your head will ache you. You want to survive there, your head will ache you. But one of the things they are doing, especially with the Central Music Award, since the last time we went to there, is it the 10th Central Music Award? I've seen that everybody in that part is coming together. They are trying to form an alliance, and everybody is touching base with their community. And I think the likes of DJ Mensah, who are also in Accra, they are seeing all these things, and they are coming back. One of the things I'll say, if they've not noticed, I'm also saying to them, and as Godwin have been echoing it, this is the time for all of them to come together. Look, as individuals, we are good. DJ Mensah could actually directly help his community by helping other artists from the Central Region. As you're saying, foundation, right? Now, DJ Mensah even say on my playlist, I'm going to be playing anytime either I'm on air, I'm on Saturday show or whatever. I'm playing 10 artists from the Central Region. And annually, I'll touch base by doing something for 10 artists. Or annually, I will push one artist from the Central Region with all my strength. Whether he blows or not, for me, I will identify annually one artist from the Central Region, not specifically from Ewutu Senya or whatever. It's a way of giving back. Imagine in the next 10 years, you're able to breed like the way Ama last two. Imagine last two, right now said, you need an amount for a foundation. You know, Edem will show up, Sakwade will show up, Kwakesi will show up, a couple of guys will show up, Tiny will show up for that foundation. You should be able to also breed that. And these people will come and pour back. And these people are people from your own region. And you'll be shocked the way these regions suffer. And they are not just far away from the capital. They are just an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours from the capital. And they suffer a lot. So I will encourage all artists in the Central Region, no matter where you are coming from, whether you are from Ewutu Senya, whether you are from Abodom, whether you are from whatever. And
Michael Blackson was also in the Central Region.
Yes, so they need to come. You know, Mr. Forsen is also from the Central Region. They have the investors there, they have the people there. They should all come together and push the agenda. And I think they will be the next shining star of this country.
That is very good. Let me go on to my phone to read something which is a little lengthy though. A comment by Obi Amponsah, and Obi Amponsah is not a happy person because of what has been happening, and I want us to read it today here on the show. It is a big deal though, but BBA fine. Obi Amponsah is not a happy person. This is what he's saying. He says, when the year starts for a comedian, and I want you guys to listen. Rich, maybe come both in so I read from your screen. Says, when the year starts for a comedian, we start writing new jokes. We try them out in comedy clubs and save them if they work. During the month, we get a couple of invite-only private shows, corporate shows, and the likes. At these shows, a lot of stand-up comedians in Ghana make their bread. Also, we keep making better of the materials we have by rotating them amongst different patrons. Everybody does it. Our favorite, Trevor Noah, will tour the world with one solid routine and later make it available on Netflix for public view after he is fleeced every dollar of the material. But we no get the tour money yet, so that won't be topic for another day. So most of these corporate shows we play in Ghana to organize. Organizers invite bloggers and vloggers to come take coverage. But Dasani will video your whole performance and put it on his YouTube channel. Some of these Dasanis will even go Facebook Live on you. Ow! What then happens is a lot of subscribers get to watch the videos of these jokes. And then the joke gets old for them. They want you to start telling new ones. The thing too will be hard. You can't just cook something up without trying it out. The way forward is to ask my permission. At least it is my property. We only have an agreement with the event company. Or wait for us to release these videos ourselves. Then post what we have released. Or post a minute or two of these performances. Don't feed the whole thing. Oh, we need to be tactical in this guy now. Then he says, cut rise. A few cases in point. Case number 1. Obi Amponsah versus Olele. Which one, Mario? No, calm down still. Calm down still. Because it should start with Obi Amponsah versus Olele. Yes. Okay, so that's where it starts. Okay. When Lexi the comic hosted his Too Cute to be Mute, the Queen had died afresh, and then the Global Citizen concert too happened. I did some jokes about them, and because they were trendy, I knew it wouldn't last for too long. I decided to video and upload on my YouTube channel, which had been silent for a while. My foolish videographer lost the video he shot of me and Lexi. Wasn't done editing his. The video was up on Olele's channel right after the show. Ow! Go see nice comments. Like it will help my YouTube too. Charlie, I ended up downloading what Olele's channel uploaded of me, so I go fit chop some money off it on my channel too. It garnered 15k views. Bosu in own app, which is good too, Charlie. But the next time, if you give me, make we upload together or something. Or make I upload, give them credit or something. Now, the next case is BTM. Africa versus Obi Amponsah. BTM is Nana NYDJ, right? It's a SWAG award. Ask Kwabena Yeboah called me.
The way they go,
Is it?
that video.
It's a SWAG awards. Ask Kwabena Yeboah called me. I figured the audience would be he and his fellow journalists in T. I wrote some, jokes. Jokes journalists and their big friends will get. I got there, started the performance and realized the audience were mixed on stage. No be small reshuffling I did in my head while finding whether to punch up or down. Minister for Sports today around. I for not upset him. He's a guest. Be nice to your guest. But eventually we came out okay. No, BTM Africa post the thing for them on YouTube. I know they will argue the thing was streamed live. But come on, man. Your views on YouTube are way more than the swag page self. I wouldn't post those jokes because I know they can be better moving forward. BTM be my friend, like go fit tell me before self. The next case, Morris TV GH versus Obi Amponsah. Bro 2 has posted my 1026 performance. That video self Chatterhouse no post yet. But bro has posted. Those jokes are old now. Even some of these jokes are sometimes explicit and not for general public consumption. But Dasani doesn't care. Etc. versus Obi Amponsah. My people, we appreciate how you've supported us with our growth. But these small uploads, they worry small. Make we find way around them together. And this is Obi Amponsah's plea. He's talking about people who upload their content on their YouTube channels after their performance without their knowledge or without their consent, and the fact that these guys are worrying them. They are worrying them in so many cases because one, sometimes the material they want to retweak it, they want to rewind, they want to edit art, and they can still be performing them for their audience. But when you put it there and people watch it, when they get somewhere, they have to perform. Oh, that's really matter. The old jokes, the materials. Obi Amponsah says it's a problem for them. So you guys should desist from it. Give them the chance to either, first of all, upload it first, or give them the chance to tell you that you can use this portion of the performance for your platforms, but don't post all. when you do that, you worry us. Abbas, since you first started. No, since Abbas verse, make it start. Yeah.
You need to get me Obi Amponsah here. Like, you need to be seated by me here so I can tell in my mind. Do you have a manager?
Because I agree with
Do you have a management team? Are you in 2023 or in 1997? Did you start this thing as a joke or as a business? Are you serious? Are you in business or not?
What do you want to say?
What I want to say is that it needs a team, a management team.
To do what exactly?
For his rating now, is getting to Basketmath rating, and Basketmath is doing a lot of things. I swear to you, whenever I watch him, last time he came to your place for the end of the year, I was just watching money. Look at him, money. Look at him, money. But I can't tell him. That's a formula in 2023. Yeah. Woni me and dia. Ukwa unye bindi. That's it. Only me if you don't feel like you can share your money with anybody, you yourself
share money with anybody. Like how?
Let's create money
and share. That's it. That's the game now. But I can't.
So wait. Let's use this example and emphasis.
Yes.
Where does he create and share with who? The people who have posted his videos without his knowledge that he's talking about. Who is he?
No, that's what I mean. If you have me as a team member, if you have me as a manager, we don't even need to come and post this on social media. With the Coca thing, even with the Coca thing, Ebony work condom, we won't post it. Coca will see me next thing. Like the money will show up. Talent supposed to focus on talent. Brass, I mean, focus on your presentation and how you better off it. I focus on how people like this don't rip you off. Then I get somebody like Chamo. You know how to strike people online. We are looking for people to strike.
We are striking.
We are there. Look, we are there. We are there. We are there on stream live. That's I mean. We are like this at your stream live. The moment you live it, we are live you. You will play 1 hour like the guy who has a whole full video. You are going to be streaming. People are going to be watching, and we are going to be rich, and we are going to be smiling, and we are going to enjoy a granite, and we'll be sipping, and we are laughing at you. You are rather the joke. No, us. We won't even download your thing. Then I will employ a good video. We are now a good videographer.
I see another woto.
We now employ a good videographer that we employ and pay well. That will let you know that to me you have video. Because you have video can make reaction.
No, wait. How the video got missing?
Yes.
We all don't know which circumstances.
I've faced me personally. I'm not talking about him.
Maybe after the show, the guy was going, he was robbed.
No.
The
way he's talking, it's not that professional.
That is even happened. That's what I'm saying. I faced loss of content before. So time there, you show there, you record there, you
No, see, wait. Obi Amponsah is not even in a rush to publish the video to start with.
We are not asking him to even publish it too. That's I mean, you can be doing video. This video that we are doing now, there's a go backup. So and we say Obi crowding now. We do a go backup. We do an external hard drive backup. A laptop, and there's a share mail. So there was the mistake. Who cry? I mean, we in our head we format that.
So that's why you think he doesn't have a team to release.
Yes, because he is thinking about how to create the joke from the beginning of the year. He's also thinking about how to create a business, how to write a sponsorship letter, how to chase the sponsorship. Why will somebody earlier on there was some message he did with the Coca and the Ebony people? Why will me, you, the presenter, or you, the performer, now be chasing sponsorship? Now be actively chasing sponsorship? No. At a particular level, when the person don't even get to call you, he calls the manager, the one who manages the entire affairs, who also updates you. So when you are performing, and that person will not, because I will straightforward go to the company, find my connects and find a way to get to the lead of that company and let him know things. That's how we're going on. And there's an ultimatum timeline on how we do things. And all these people, we don't even need to come and write them because we won't even contact them. We will leave them to be producing the thing, and I'll let my internet guru man be clearing. We are just clearing. Oh, queer, we clear. We are one. I say, take sobolo, take granules. We are clearing. We are just clearing. It's as simple as that. But you see, in this era where
maybe I'm also thinking that
Yes,
Obi Amponsah is also considering relationship and friendship in the industry's sake. So he might not want to come across like, okay, like he mentioned BTM Africa, he knows them. He mentioned Olele Salvador, he knows them. Do you expect him to go and say strike them and there will be that bad blood between them? That's why this is more or less like an appeal to start with. He's coming to appeal. Now he's appealing to their questions that, guys, I beg you, we are begging you. This is not how the industry operates. So moving forward, do this for us. I'm sure maybe after this appeal, if they continue, then he can continue. He can now go hard on them.
That is not how the business operates. This is not how this industry operates. This industry don't go and appeal to people like that. We rather compensate people like, oh, one should do me manager. No, yeah. That's the PR mechanism. Abbas na ye nyem mi obi Amponsah. Mini ni bekasa, mini me mensuro, mini ni bekasa. Abbas won dey oye no pra mini. That's the game. Because me come to me ntimi. Sesi ano. Omo happily mom no. Omo come ndi omo. Una come do. So who should beg? You, the owner of the content. You are begging the one who is using your content. America don't beg China for the fake goods he put in his market. We give him warning. We have 1, 2, 3. Russia say, hey, men from Bami Fio. I say, what the bar? Men bomb. What send you bomb? Pam. Or come you are alert. So if he wants to be rich in the angle he is, he needs to step up and knows that Charlie, my limitation is up to here. Somebody need to take over up to here. Somebody need to take over up to here. Because from the first one anyway, I was like, this guy, why he doesn't even know he himself. Like he has a deal with Pebble. The streaming platform. Immediately, on the amount, there's an amount that he's getting from that platform. For Gina stage, you hear comedy. Na me, remember waka. Say me program we will be use. Say. The following day, me won't say who you so I won't come and talk later. I just strike it or I make it commercialized. I'm commercializing it for myself. So there's a guy who know how to do everything. Imagine the guy who is coming to strike it on the internet is also getting 20%, and I'm getting 18%. The guy will strike a lot of people. He will be watching. Like before I will even say the comedy, he's watching. So next time, BT11M, they won't even try. They won't even come close to it because the moment almost started here now, they are now freezing. They can't do anything about it. Will they come and tell me to stop joking on stage? Once I've been taking payment for it, and the contract I take to Charterhouse free you wanna see 5G5 CD or no. Me G5 CD I'm sending you a document. Invoice plus performance contract. I'm already this I'm performing for you for the day. Yeah, after that performance, I have right to own material and everything. So don't do it. Why didn't Charterhouse go and put it there? Because Charterhouse don't understand this is the game. So if you want the online content also in addition, this is the charge. Come, let's negotiate and discuss it straightforward. And yeah, at home. Say Charterhouse and friendly people. At this time, I can actually sit in my own house and do comedy uncensored, and people will watch and I'll get money. We are all in this country, in this world. When Beyonce charges in Netflix or so, millions of money for a show she has already performed and collect money for. But the video of it, we are also in this Africa when Falls, the bad boy, did the whole production. He has charged the people they fund and also give it to Netflix and charge money for it. So what are we doing?
Okay.
In
the long run, you were able to convince me a little bit. Roland, you can take over.
Abbas has made some solid points. Yes, he has. I am very close to the comedy fraternity, and I must say, this is one of the educations they need. But then there are two ways to this street. You know, there's a difference between. I always say that there's a difference between what is supposed to be and what it is. Under normal circumstance, this is what it is supposed to be. But is that the current situation? No. So what I mean by that question is that, you see, the comedy fraternity is a growing one. And I tell you, even the people that we see as the creme de la creme of GH comedy are still learning on the job. So we will definitely get some of these complaints. I remember not long ago, somewhere last year, we had a meeting on one of the comedy events about this. And the moment they brought the topic up, I laughed. Because before that, I had watched the Trevor Noah tour that he's talking about. I've watched, I have seen Trevor Noah announce about a 20 city tour, like 50 city tour. And anytime he's done, the only thing you can see about that show or one of the shows is just a single picture. Even some of the shows, you will not even see picture boom. Until the whole tour is done, then he will go and upload it somewhere or probably do whatever he wants to do with it. Now, the second phase is that you see where the guy finds himself. You see where the guy finds himself. There's a certain form of understanding in that space. There's a certain form of understanding that when you go to theater, or when you go to the cinema, it is about, okay, you are in the cinema to enjoy a movie. So some of these things has to do with you taking your mobile phone and even recording some of the footages as far as the movie is concerned is even not allowed. In that space, there are so many people that will respect that. Not long ago, this comedian that came to Ghana, Dave Chappelle. You see where the people that went to meet Dave Chappelle, their phones and everything was locked in bags. And to them, it was alien and foreign. To the extent that you got them, hey, you go share Dave Chappelle, they didn't want us to record anything from there, so they locked our phones and all that. Let's be frank with ourselves that from where the comedy fraternity has grown from to this side, first, it was just about them pleading. You see, it is a mistake born out of ignorance. Because it was just them pleading that, oh, we go to shows with musicians, and at the end of the day, we give some good performances, and when you go online, the only things you see are about the musicians. So we to post that song. Without them knowing the future repercussions of them asking the people to post. So to them, they were seeking promotion. Promoting me. But this is the future repercussion. That these people will build a certain habit of not knowing the dangers of posting your materials. Because you are not like the musician. You understand? Your content, the content that you create is not like the musician. So now they can only appeal to the same audience that they've trained them that post Yebino. To also now, the only thing they can do now currently is to appeal to the conscience of these people. Because I tell you, hardly would patrons go to a comedy show and for you to be strict with them and tell them that Mobia and funny phone. The only person that has been able to build this culture successfully is Uncle Ebu White. It's Uncle Ebu White. He is the only person that has been able to. Roverman Production is the only production house that has been able to build this culture successfully in this industry.
KSM is
exactly. Okay, KSM is also part. You understand? So, and I am not sure it started in a day. No, it didn't start in a day. You understand? So this is the only way they can appeal. Now they can only appeal to the conscience of people. Moving forward, you see, it is just about if they had not said anything and they went about striking people just because they had the authority to do so. Pam, 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 pam. I'm sure they would have indirectly built enemies for themselves without knowing. Like you said, yes, there are relationships in the game, and their success as now were built on relationship. So you can't say, oh, the fact that you are going hungry, you want to still collapse that relationship, which you know you will need in the near future. So if I am a comedian and I'm putting out a material, and Sammy Flex, who was the one that was posting my materials 2 years ago, I always rely on him to post so that I can get the audience, and I have now become big, and I want him to stop. I don't go behind his back and cut his tail. At least I need to appeal to him and give him reasons why
you don't want it this time.
I don't want it this time. Then if he doesn't also do the professional thing or the honorable thing, then I can say, okay, I have pleaded with you, I have warned you, you're still not heeded. Now I can take action. That is the level the comedians have gotten to. So me, when I saw the post, I was very happy because this conversation has been in the pipeline for a long time. I remember when we were doing Lexi's show, most of the bloggers and the media people that came to me for media passes, it was in my writers. I told them most of the content on that night were going to be used for something different. So most of them shouldn't record. But what did we see? Olele Salvador recorded a full session of a performance. You understand? And that is where Abbas' own comes in. If there is a warning, somebody has given you go to KSM show. KSM has given you a warning that you shouldn't upload this. And some way, somehow, you find yourself recording and you go and upload it. He has every right to strike you. But most of these comedians, to tell you the truth, yes, they give the warnings, but sometimes it is difficult because of the relationship their success right now is built on that relationship. So sometimes they find it difficult to take that hurtful decision because to them it will mean like what for nipa ni china wa bonasum abekwa nipa ni nim ni awaye. Because see, most of these people will, I know when this conversation becomes bigger, that we will still get some people in the space, media, even from the media fraternity, who are supposed to understand something like this, come and complain that you were begging for us to even post you. Now that you've become big, you also don't want us to post you. They will come, but meanwhile, they are supposed to understand this even from the first conversation. From the work they were supposed to understand it. But since I hear this culture and attitude or more, they will come and have that conversation. It will only take the comedians now, as it stands, to appeal to their conscience. This is just the first talk of the whole process. I am not saying what Abbas is saying is not right. Okay. But I have stated that is even the perfect way to go about it, as far as this conversation is concerned. But now, the only thing they can do is to, now they have appealed to their conscience, they will warn other people, those they are supposed to warn. So the next line of action would be PAM. And I know with the management and things that Abbas said, see, let's not kid ourselves. These comedians, as much as we are seeing them big, when it comes to taking managers, Mafawi, sometimes it is very difficult for them. So let's see them to a certain level. Then maybe we can charge them on saying, okay, you need a manager, you need a management, you need this, you need that, you need this, you need that. Other than that, these people, Obi to say Jerry Ashino, okay, so for manager, Obewo. No, Obewo. I don't know what for manager. You see, Obewo. Somebody would say, oh, Brahmin Chenian striking percentage, yeah, striking, but most of them wouldn't do.
Well, let me listen to Chemo too. Chemo, what do you also say?
My excuses be if you want to appeal to them, you don't put it in public like the way he did. If that's the case, you should write to them behind the scenes. You know them. Okay. Why don't you write to them behind the scenes, telling them not to do that?
No, they are not the only people as it stands.
Yeah, so for those that you know, that you are mentioning names, you have to write to all of them that challenge.
Oh, they have.
So if you have done that and they are not pulling it down,
no, what he did was he was citing example, not that on your own kind.
Yes, and even for those that you don't know, that's the first step to take. In fact, for people that have handled, if I see you are picking the content that you are not supposed to, first thing that I normally do is to send you a message. Stop this. If you don't, I won't come and tell you stop this again. The next time you see your channel is gone, I will strike. You will come and beg and even try to bribe me. I've experienced it before. After all the warning, the guy was not ready. After strikes, then he was begging and even offered
he started chasing you.
Yes, offered to even give me $100 to release the videos. That's where it will get to. And there's nothing like pleading for your own sweat. What are you pleading for? That because they help you. And so what? So you shouldn't eat, they should rather eat. And the problem, the bottom line is what Abba said. The management that you need, you don't have to pay them. If you call me for something like this, I won't take money from you. We will share what will come. Let's build and share. It's not about giving me money. KSM and Co, every show that they will do, they have people to record for them. Those people are not like permanent workers. No. Every show you can call people that I'm having a show today. I need you to record it for me. And this is how much I'm going to pay you. Then they will do the recording for you, your keep. Even if you don't want to put it out there, you still have to record it. Anytime you need even excerpts of it to do something, then you use it. And this one is not about I'm having money and I need a management team that I will pay them monthly or something. No. It's about the project and at the time that you are doing it, based on your resources and your capacity to pay or hire people. That's what it is. So this complaint that you are complaining, they are just, one, maybe they don't know. Two, they are not, they don't want to take the right approach and they are just complaining for nothing because it will not stop. Even if you give the warning that Abbas is saying, they won't stop. But the warning will give you grounds to take the next step.
Of course.
That's what it is. Warning the omunti. KSM show, yeah, I do harm in the Muna make catch up Charlie.
No recording. No recording.
By a baby, no, be the hot. Ye baby, no, be the hot. I any the two. Then we will take the next step and make sure that it's no more there. That's what it is. And you know, Obi Nisria also, you know, yeah, but soon fast, he should just do the needful. He should start striking them. On to me now, on poor bill with me, on more be manager, I don't know, whatever comes, you share with the person. Because at this point, Obi a top notch in terms
Comedian,
of comedians or Ghana.
Then the rest.
And you know, at this point, I know a Nissan Quebecers away home. And a man for friends say, oh, Obi, I don't know, striking me one. No, because they knew me, Abbas. I have Abbas, Abbas, me pay the no. Okay, mini Abbas, because I know three. When I say, okay, Abbas number in Kasa. And Abbas will not talk like Obi. Or no, Charlie, this is business. This is business. And you say, obey na.
What you titi?
Oh, the babana, wababa, patch, or say, it will not help. I mean, it's sad that you do your thing like your intellectual property and somebody else is benefiting from it. It's not good. It's not cool anyway. But that's what it is. If you lose yourself small or if you don't take the necessary steps, people will take advantage of you. So me, I will advise OB to stop pleading with them. In fact, the best plead that you can do is to write to those that you know. Send them messages that please, I don't like this. Pull it down. If they don't do it, do the needful. Let them make sure that it's no more there. And because it's your intellectual property, you have every right to do it.
Well, this is a good message to whoever needs to get the message and oh my goodness, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. But we will finish. We will still finish and deal with it. Yeah, there is a problem. We just encountered a problem. We will deal with it when the show is done. Is Hiplife dead?
Not at all. It's not dead. It's dead. It's alive.
Hiplife?
Yes, it's alive.
But M.anifest says Hiplife is dead. Richie, let's read that story. Let's read that story. On Ghana Web, a story published on Ghana Web says Hiplife is dead. We failed to evolve. Young people move on. And this is M.anifest talking. In fact, he is one of the foremost rappers we have here in our country. And when he says something, we need to pay attention to what he's saying. M.anifest says Hiplife is dead. We failed to evolve. Young people move on. Now the story says rap star M.anifest has posited that Hiplife is dead. According to the Ghanaian rapper, Hiplife is dead because the young are no more interested in it. Also, he holds that the gatekeepers failed to evolve with the sound and the times. Born Kwabna Ametepe Chikata The rapper said this in a new documentary. The rapper said this in a new documentary by the British Broadcasting Corporation BBC titled Hiplife Rewind, posted to their YouTube channel on Monday, February 6, 2023. And this is a quotation coming from him. It says, Hiplife is dead because the driving force of the music is the younger people, and the younger people do not identify with Hiplife, he asserted, shifting in his seat and sitting up. According to the entrepreneur and musician, Hiplife tastemakers contributed to the death of Hiplife also because they were at a point too conservative to recognize and participate in the evolution of music in West Africa. Another quotation says, the originators of Hiplife were a bit too precious about what it should be, so as new versions sonically were happening, you could hear people saying, oh, this Jama, this Azonto is watered down, it is not real. He noted, adding that, insisting on the idea of real, these industry powers failed to identify that you have to evolve or perish, and that is what any music form has to understand. Those who were gatekeeping Hiplife were refusing to acknowledge the evolution of the thing must evolve. The thing must evolve, he stressed. For it to survive, the thing must evolve. When in the early 90s, rap legend Reggie Rockstone amalgamated American hip-hop with Ghanaian high life, together with his friend and business partner, the late DJ Rap, he named it Hiplife, the precursor to the current Afrobeat wave sweeping across the world. The genre birthed Ghanaian megastars like VVIP, formerly VIP, Tick, formerly Tic Tac, Lord Kenya, Kunti Hine, Obrafour, Ochame Kwame, M.anifest, Mensah, Sarkodie, and many more. So Abbas, what do you mean by Hiplife is not dead?
Hiplife is not dead because
hope you read the story and
yeah. It's just
and
somebody.
I still want to argue that Hiplife is not dead.
Yeah, because I watched the entire document.
Oh, the documentary you watched it. Huh?
I had a preview to certain things. I'm one of those people who are working on the Ghana music documentary. I'm trying very hard. One of the struggles I'm having is that because I find myself in almost all the part of the arts. So because the history keep on diverging, like take you here, take you there. And it looks like the truth is that everybody came to Ghana. The actual Ghana that we are all looking at, everybody came to. So when you are seeking for source of music, then you realize that it goes here, it comes here, it goes here, it comes there. One of the things people don't realize is that sound evolves over time. Sound do evolves. And if you have done a lot of research into sound in general, you realize that the Ghanaian sound, because what we are trying to find now, what is the Ghanaian sound? The Ghanaian sound, what is it? When you talk about high life, hip life, and so forth, all these have their origins even from elsewhere. And from that elsewhere, who are those who are from those elsewhere whose sound have been transferred to us and all those stuff? Brass band and all those stuff. How did we evolve to this level? Let's bring it to hip life. Hip life is a combination of the American culture and the then Ghanaian culture mixed together, and somebody named it hip life. It's because of the person named it hip life, that's what we attribute to him. Okay. But if we come before that person, there was a person also called Ambole who also did rap and did rhythmic. And before that person, Ambole, also there were the likes of Ochami in every palace. In Ghana or in Africa, majority of our royals don't talk, our kings don't talk directly. So Ochami Fono ene Kasama or Hininu. So when you go to the big empires like the Ghana empires, the Kwewu Empire, the Ashanti Empire, and those stuff, the king, who is the overlord of the land, doesn't speak directly. Is the Ochami, the spokesman of the person that speaks, and he speaks rhythmically and he speaks very fast. Everything that he sees makes a particular sense and communicates it in different ways. I may not be a music person, but I could speak like on Ochami because I'm the spokesperson of a particular person that comes to speak. So then it gets to a particular level where somebody also had some rhythm, some tune to it. Ambule did it. He added to it. There are documentaries to it, there are history to it, there are materials to it. So you can say, okay, he started it. But till the likes of Reggie Rockstone came to rechange it, did the American thing with a Ghanaian language. Now that we say, okay, this is it. And you could see the likes of Bradford, Tiny, and all those stuff. Reggie Rockstar and his people were very smart, and they name it. And when they name it, then it become Hiplife. Then the VIP, the Tiny and Co, they were superstars. There's nobody who was born in the 90s, 95, 96, 94, thereabout, even 90 coming down to current, even the likes of Wizkid. I've been at a particular place where Wizkid literally worship VVIP or VIP Zeal. You know, so these people are superstars. Then they go to Nigeria, and you see, what you can't stop music from is learning. Other people from other places learn. You see the way we are currently struggling, trying to. That's how they were also struggling in the 90s. Like, hey, Ghana this, Ghana that. Because even our live band, our high life, was in Nigeria. The Omar Boadu and the rest, they were in their market, and their market is a bigger space. They were enjoying our music. What do you think? Then the likes of Fela came down, now building the thing gradually. They were now bringing the Afro beats and the Afro beats. Look, when you pick any Afrobeat, you see Hiplife in it. It doesn't mean ours is there.
But do we call it Hiplife?
No, you see, what we call it depending on the particular representation. When you speak to people,
because what the man is saying is that yes, the sounds are being played, the sounds have evolved, but no one is calling it Hiplife anymore.
Okay, this is the question. This is the question.
Yes, so in your head, you might think Hiplife is there, but where is it? Like, where is it? It is not calling it Hiplife. Because of that, to him, if no one is calling it Hiplife, then Yamutu.
No,
even the musicians,
yes,
they are not calling themselves Hiplifers.
Never.
They don't play music and say I'm a Hiplife.
Brasami, what I start to tell people is that look, that's why I said, you see, it's becoming difficult to agree or finalize the Ghanaian music documentary. But one way or the other, one at a particular time we are going to release it, because you see, you want to fine tune or find out the Ghanaian sound. What's our sound? And now look, there's no way. This is the thing I always say to people: there's no Afrobeat without Ghana music. Nigerians cannot be proud musicians. There's no musician in Nigeria without a back history to a Ghanaian music. That is a fact. Fela is no Fela if he doesn't learn from a Ghanaian. And the Nigerian market cannot be proud of themselves as they are today if they've not said that they've not learned anything from the Ghanaian. They stood.
That one is not true.
They stood on the little or on the lot that the Ghanaians showed them, and they feel like, okay, we can do even better. The only thing they did is that they were able to stick to it, fight for it, and put it in the nose of everybody who wants to hear and who even do not want to hear. So now they've made any beats, any sound that comes out of Africa and is in the global world, whether it's in the western or in the southern part of the world, whether you enter America or Europe, you need to call it Afrobeat. So when you present even high life and a mix of a little bit, they will call it Afrobeat. Because those days, our categories and others, when there was no Afrobeat, they add us to the others. Now we have a big category. Do you think it will be easier for us to now say, okay, now that we have Afrobeat, we also want to water it down and say, no, there's high life, there's conga, there's this, there's that. No. It makes it easier for a Ghanaian artist, a Stone Boy, to say I'm an Afrobeat artist because I'm from Africa. And on that platform, we can also win something. We can also be in that market and be able to struggle it. And you see, it's easier because the truth also should be told. The Nigerians have the connects and they fight for every little connect. Look, if Stoneboy is able to identify very well with the Afrobeat, and Nigeria will push him without no effort of his, because they feel like, yo, he's ours and it belongs to us. But how many, like the way M.anifest, Stoneboy and Co, Shatawale also have recognized that, look, you need the Nigerians in your thing to be able to move that thing, because they have it in this generation, like the way Ghanaians used to have it in those generations.
I see. Chabo, come through and Abbas, there was still are there anything?
I think the elements of Hiplife is still there, but the name is dead. Because I will struggle to mention anybody now in our space who will say that I'm doing Hiplife.
Yeah, put me.
Well, I said I will struggle to name few.
I'm helping you. So
okay, so Yapono and who? help me with more names.
Yapono, Kwata, Keche.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to put myself in trouble. So let's take it like that. They are there and they are still fighting for the Hiplife, and I think it's good that they do that. But the truth is that people don't want to associate with the name Hiplife in recent times. But the elements, I will agree with Abbas. They are all the elements. Like when you listen to the music, it's the same thing that Reggie Rockstones and the Lights were doing at that time. Or Chammy Kwame and Obrafour, Lord Kenya and Co. I think what they were doing, the new crop of artists, they are doing the same, but they don't want to call it Hiplife anymore because the name is not as popular as Afrobeat. Yes, or it's not that marketable as it used to be. So I think we have lost it in that sense. The name is not that marketable anymore. So the young guys or the new guys coming don't want to use the name of Hiplife again. They would rather use Afrobeat.
Yeah.
And it's legitimately so, because if you put yourself in the Afrobeat category, you even get a platform. You even get a choice on the platform that you put your song on. Like all the digital stores now, they recognize Afrobeat, so you can set as a category that you want to push your song into. So it will make it easier for it to be marketable. And I think that's why Afrobeat is winning. I mean, whether you like it or not, you just have to join. But the element of Hiplife is not dead. All the songs that we get, even from our own people here, the elements are there, the way they do the rap, the sound, everything is there. So for the name, because we are talking about the name in particular, I think Hiplife is dead. But the elements, they are still around. But what can you use the elements to do without giving it a name to sell it? You just need a name to sell it. And now you just have to go with the Afrobeat. So Afrobeat has taken over, and that's what we are using at this point. And what can we do again? So I will agree with Manifest,
yeah.
to the point of us losing it because some people didn't do more for people to be proud of using that name.
Yeah.
But it's no, we can't blame anybody. That's the thing. Whom are you going to blame?
He thinks the gatekeepers could have done
and who are the gatekeepers?
Me and you. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking that the gatekeepers could have done better.
I think
when they saw the evolution, they should have accepted it. So we shouldn't have named something as Zonto, something called this, something called. You should have taken them all, but let them.
But that one, then the musicians should blame themselves. All those names were coming from them. In fact, now they have refused to call themselves Hiplifers or Hiplife musicians because they think it won't sell. So if there's anybody at all to blame, then it should be the musicians, because it's those musicians. They are the ones who are calling themselves hip cont inventor, hip dia, hip whatever. They were bringing the names here and there. It was coming from the musicians, not the gatekeepers, the so-called. But they did it to themselves. I think they wanted a name to sell their product, and at the time they thought that, or at this point they think that Afrobeat can do a better job than the Hiplife. So they switched, not the gatekeepers. So if there's anything at all that we can do, I think the musicians now, they should be proud, they should be bold to say that I'm doing Hiplife. Yes. And things will change, or things will be will fall in place. If we decide
to call all the sounds from Ghana as Hiplife, we can compete now.
Yes.
Because look at where Sarkodie is going, look at where Kiddy is going, look at where Kwame Eugene is going, Shatawale, Stoneboy. If they say they are doing Hiplife, won't the world call us Hiplife?
That's all that we need. Just call it Hiplife.
Roland, take the last 5 minutes and let's go. Our time is up. Derek Money is causing trouble. The whole of Ghana. Derek Money will kill me this week. I'll go chop bullet. They are chop bullet this weekend.
Not only you. All of us. We are getting this small.
You come and react to it.
Yeah. For sure.
No, I have a show to do about it when I come back. Roland, finish for me. Let me go and prepare.
Sammy, Hiplife, I don't want to say it is dead, but it has gone down. In fact, luckily for musicians who think Hiplife is not dead, the reason why they would think it is not dead, the only institution that was able to save the Hiplife name is the Music Awards. It is the Music Awards that have been able to save the Hiplife name.
Then I think we need to commend them.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's any institution that has saved the Hiplife name, it is the Music Awards, and not even the musicians, because the musicians, like when I also near rage now, when I was near rage also, because see, even up to date, an institution like VGMA and let's say 3 Music Awards still awards Hiplife Artist of the Year. But funny enough, the artists that they call them or they nominate them in that category, none of them even identify themselves with Hiplife. They only say it with their mouth that, oh, the sound that I'm doing, yes, I was influenced by the Hiplifers and all that. Yes, so it is Hiplife and all that. But now they don't identify themselves with Hiplife, and that is the sad aspect. And it is also because sound evolves, and it is even one of the reasons why High Life has not suffered the same fate like the Hiplife. You see, when the High Life started, I'm sure when people started coming doing different versions of High Life, we've seen this fighter. What they are doing is not High Life. What they are doing is not authentic High Life. In nowadays, we are doing authentic High Life. It happened to Lumbers. It happened to the Amachi Dede's era. Even Kojoentry, who is doing more of reggae mixed with the High Life sound, still called his High Life. He could have identified himself as a reggae artist and nothing would happen, because his sound was even more of reggae.
Yeah.
But he still called it High Life. And that is one thing that has been able to maintain the name. And the likes of Kwame Eugene and the likes also came. I remember when Kwame Eugene was saying High Life music, High Life music. He also had people fighting him. Oh, yeah, proper high life. Nowadays, get scared, leave it, and go and chase a different genre. Then you people will start come and come and cry again that it is the which gatekeepers, which gate missing. Besides, they are not the ones even giving the sound that you guys are doing the names. You do the sound, you get the name, and you present it to the people. We are doing this. You did Jama, you came and one person sat down and said we are doing Jama, and you presented to the people. You were doing Azonto. You did Azonto. You said, oh, sound radio, friend Azonto. Nobody objected to it. Everybody was enjoying it. Hey, Hiplife has always been there. That sound has always been there. You did it and you came and gave it a name, Hiplife. Nobody had an objection. We were still enjoying it. So if you say gatekeepers, it was the which gatekeepers? Because more and more, you cook it and you present it. You tell me this is jollof. It is a dinner bear fried rice. Why should you blame me? Me dear, the other say me and I'm sending. Yeah, well, prepare. I will dig into so now sending. So yes, if there's any hope for Hiplife, it is about people identifying themselves and collaborating with the award schemes, awards institutions that has been able to hold the Hiplife name up to this far and identify themselves properly with it. But as it stands there, Papa, oh, it will be very difficult
to revive it.
Oh, it will be very difficult. No, it is just about people identifying themselves with it and proclaiming it publicly. That's all.
That's all.
That's the solution.
Beyonce you're ready to obey.
Hey.
Because someone like Sarkodem, for instance, I think he's still doing Hiplife.
He is.
But you can't.
But
say
now
that.
you go
the
on
way
his
you are
profile,
saying it, cry.
It might be offensive.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's a hip hop Afrobeat artist.
They'll give a fancy name to say.
Ask somebody right now. Oh, so what genre of music do you do? Oh, me, I can do everything, but I mostly it is Afrobeat and Afropop. Stonebwoy was introduced as an Afropop artist when he was signed to Def Jam Africa. So in that sense, if Sarkodie had gone, what genre of music do you do? I do it. The reason why Afrobeat is still in existence and whatever, see, right now they mix Amapiano with Afrobeat and they still call it Afrobeat. Hey, Opa, Kofa, Ado, Kofa Kutukuru, Kofa Adowa Krabe shape, they will still call it Afrobeat. And that is one thing that will keep the name. It is not the sound changing. It is not the sound evolution. It is just about maintaining the fact that if a abenye nkwadia okofa nkatie fra aben nkatie okofa kontomre fra aben konto there ya san ebe. Let's just maintain the base name.
Okay.
And any other thing that comes, we add it to it. Else it will be very difficult now to revive that Hiplife. It will only take collaborations from the artists and this music award schemes that have been able to hold it so far. And a bit in.
Well, thank you so much, Roland Amate, who is an event publicist, blogger, also a talent manager, and also Abbas, who is the man in the middle. He's CEO of Elevate GH. He's also an event person, marketing person, one of our pundits here. In Team Dodo Solomon at the extreme end, who is our online manager, Flex Entertainment Limited. And again, he is one of the best digital content strategists here in Ghana. You can consult him for your solutions. Thanks to Digital Rasta Currency, who handled our camera for us. Richie Flex is the editor and director of the show. If you loved this, tell others about us, subscribe to us, like our videos, and also comment. Let's get to know your opinion as well. My name is Sammy Flex. I'll see you in our next video. Be good and also share our works. God bless you. Till we meet again. We are out of here. Bye.